Here my boy DENIS GOJAK, Bosnian Lion,
Yes, sir.
getting it done. Big year last year for DENIS. Didn't quite turn out how we would have liked it towards the end, but I know he's coming in hot this year. He never forgets anything. He's one of the hardest workers I know. I don't call him a lion for no reason. He's always hungry. Biggest thing I've noticed with DENIS is he's always in the gym. He's always working. He's always working hard. He's always working on his craft. He's always trying to get better, day after day after day. And it's kind of hard. He's been doing it for such a long time. What keeps you motivated day after day? Where does that hunger come from? So when you turn up every day at the gym and you got that big vision, where does that hunger come from?
Thank you, Luke. Yeah, appreciate the nice comments and the facts. It's pretty much facts. I've been in the gym since I was 15 and, I've been putting in the hard yards, but I've also had it hard, alhamdulillah. I'm very grateful for the hard path, it shaped me to be the person I am today, But yeah, man, the motivation behind it all, man, is just knowing my purpose. And as over time, my purpose has always remained the same, but goals, accomplishments, structure behind the reason I do it, the normal cliche stuff like family, a better life, everything like that. But yeah, smaller goals tend to change over time, When I was younger, I was doing it for a different purpose. And as I got wiser and older, I'm like, nah, look, life is not about that. I'm doing it for this. But the purpose was always remain the same, be in the best possible shape, try achieve a lot of things in the sport, accolades, trophies, achievements. But also remember that when you walk out of the gym or out of the ring, out of a fight, there is real life. And, I also want to be a champion of the people, as many greats, like Muhammad Ali. People loved him outside of the ring, and yeah, so that's sort of the purpose. The purpose always change, like with little things along the way. But it's always get in the gym, do the work, fight after fight, take fights, don't duck no one, and yeah.
You kind of touched on it there when you're saying you've got a bit wiser now and your purpose has changed. What was the big turning point for you from when you were a kid and you were just fighting just for clout? You were fighting for this, you were fighting for that. What was the change where you go, this is different now? Whether it was in an event, something happened. What turned that switch? Because it's a hard, monotonous game, and it's not an easy business, yourself. They call it the hurt business for a reason.
Okay.
And it's not easy just to get up every day knowing that you're working hard, you're putting your body on the line. You can come out of the ring a different person. Every training session, every day, builds you, but it can also break you. So to turn up every single day isn't easy work. What was that point in your mind where you switched, where you went, you know what, I've got a bigger reason here, they've got a bigger purpose?
So basically, as a young adolescent, we do stupid stuff, and obviously I went transitions from soccer, football, however you like to call it, into boxing. But I boxed at a young age, and this is where I first started at Balga Boxing Club, Joe Fazio. I was about 8 years old, and then, my parents didn't want me. There's a whole story behind that, but they didn't want me doing boxing. It was too violent. They wanted me playing soccer. They wanted me being, that traditional European kid. But long story short, to what changed my mind, I'll say about that age of 21, I left that materialistic lifestyle behind me, and I put my trust in Allah, I put my trust in faith, and I took on that challenge that, life is not about just gaining all the money, gaining all the cars and flashy things, that there's more to life, Yeah, that was pretty much the turning point, man. I stopped looking up to idiots like Floyd Mayweather and, actually started looking up to people like my father, who's been through a lot, other people, peers, people I grew up with, that have been through a lot. That's who I started looking up to. I stopped looking up to this false reality of this materialistic world that we might never achieve because we don't have that generational legacy, that legacy that Floyd, the big names, I'm talking the big names where their father was a trainer, a world champion. I never had that, never had that. So yeah, just things like that, man, pretty much.
Is that on your mind every day? When you wake up, is that on your mind every day? Or do you just wake up and it's subliminal now, like almost now it's just monotonous? Or do you wake up every day going, today this is why, or I've got to get to the gym because of this? Is in your head, do you go, is there a why behind it when you wake up, or now is it just, you know the path, it's just do the work?
Nah, no why, man. No why at all. Just get up like a machine, you know, like a programmed machine. Japanese programmed machine. Just get up, bang, 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 ahead of time, before everyone, before it becomes, you know, popular. Just straight away, bang. Get straight onto it, man. Wake up, you know, first, pray before anything, and then get started on my day, you know. And sometimes things change, you know. People like to have this like a dot sheeted day. Now for me is wake up, I know what I'm doing. I'm praying first, and then after that, you know, whether I have to get to something that's a little bit like a family priority or training. Of course, for me, training always comes first. But say, look, a family member's sick, I wake up, you know, I have to get to that, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't always have to be family. It can be a friend. It can be your car's broken down. You can't get to the gym. Find a solution. So for me, it's wake up, pray, find a solution. And that's pretty much,
I like it.
you know.
Rinse, repeat. And it's like with your training too, I notice here, like you guys do a lot of, it's hard work. You guys do a similar session every day?
More so, you know, we do a lot of like sprint work, you know, a lot of explosive work. For the most part, it's all around the same work, but coach twists it for every different fighter, you know. He doesn't want every fighter to be like this. I want you to fight like this. No, he has to adjust for everyone. So some fighters are explosive, some fighters are power punchers, some fighters are boxers, you know. So yeah, for the most part, it's relatively the same, but for the most part, yeah.
I feel like that's what like a lot of people skip these days is like, because trust the process, do the work, right?
Yeah.
I feel so many people always looking for the next solution, but it's turn up. Trust your coaches, turn up day after day. A lot of the time it isn't different. People are always looking for that special thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is turn up, do the work every single day. And that's the hard part, I feel like, for some people, but for you, I feel like it's easy. You don't even flinch. Like I've trained with Dennis a couple of times, and every time we train, there's no hesitation. When you're training, are you thinking about that, or is it the same thing, just get the work done?
Yeah, it's just get the work done, man. You know, smash it out. You know, some days you feel wicked, push yourself. Some days you feel like absolute BS, you know, you don't feel great, but you push yourself to the limit till failure. Like we were just doing those clap push-ups, man. Like I'm damaged, had a long day today, but hey, I'm still here, I still showed up. The showing up is 80%. Once you put your feet through the door, it's 80%. Then you have the 10% of putting in the work, and then the last 10% you can have to yourself, you know. So you got that 90, you got that 10% to just free roam, stretch, do your thing, and then you're out the door. That's 100%, you know. So yeah, man, I've been doing it for a long damn time, man. So it's body clock, you know what I'm saying? And you would know yourself, it's just body clock. Get up, get it done, finish, go home, eat, sleep, repeat, you know.
Do the work. And that's where it all comes from. Like you said, you look at all the greats, and it's always the same message, you know. People are always looking for that extra bit of motivation, but it's always got to come from yourself, and you got to create those opportunities yourself, and it only comes from hard work. So speaking of opportunities going in next year, what's the plan next year? Denis Gojak, next year and the future. What have we got in store for Denis Gojak?
We're talking this year, you know. First of all, man, just going to see what God has in plan for us. We're going to take it day at a day, step by step, you know, and whatever opportunities present itself, we'll fight anyone. It's always been from the day I laced up a pair of gloves with that competition mind, fight anytime, you know, always be ready, any place, wherever, you know.
Like, we going into last year, going in with a particular way of thinking, and this year, is it any different?
Yeah, there will be things different, but like I said before, the purpose remains the same, to achieve to the highest possibility this year, you know, and then I'll leave the rest to God, you know. Whatever He has in plan for me, I'll accept it. But this year, we're not accepting defeat. This year, we're coming for everyone. Inshallah, we're coming for everyone. And whether I turn pro this year, whether I keep staying in the amateurs, you're just going to have to stay updated. That's it.
My boy, Denis Gojak. Last little thing. I want to leave either one message or one question for the next athlete that we interview. Have a quick think about it. One message or one question. I'll pass it on.
It's going to be a bit funky, you know, I like to be different. If you could fight one superhero, but you can't be out of the extraordinary, so say if you're going to fight like Superman on ground, he can't fly. Who is like a powerful superhero you would fight, or like an anime character? More so, let's say anime character, so it can be like, you know, a lot of fight fans, they love Dragon Ball Z. If it could be like one Dragon Ball Z character, if they don't know Dragon Ball Z, pick someone else. Who could you fight and why would you fight him? Like, obviously you're fighting to better yourself, so you're not going to go ahead and fight Krillin, you know, he dies in Dragon Ball Z. You're going to go ahead and fight some monster, Goku, Vegeta, or you're going to go fight the heroes, you're going to fight the villains. You choose. I don't know, sometimes some people I'm a hero, sometimes I'm a villain.
I forgot to ask earlier. I'll pass that on. Favorite fighter of all time and why? Inside of the ring and outside of the ring. Why are they your favorite?
All-time favorite fighter, inside and outside of the ring, Roy Jones Jr., Mr. Captain Hook, one of the best pound for pound. He went up many weight classes from middleweight, super middleweight, you know, cruiserweight to heavyweight. He went all the way to heavyweight. So people were like surprised by like Usyk, oh, he's doing things at heavyweight. He's a big boy, man, but Roy Jones Jr. was like I would say, a middle-sized man. And he went all the way up to heavyweight for, you know, James Toney, for massive boys, you know. So yeah, Roy Jones Jr. And I love the way he carries himself out of the ring, you know, a true gentleman, true champion, you know, never thinks he's better than anyone else. And yeah, the one thing I like about Roy Jones Jr. is before he used to fight, he used to play full games of basketball and then rock up to a world title fight, man. That's different mindset, you know.
With confidence to win, right?
With confidence to win, man. He'll be going in like drenched like me. Like, look at this. This is my third shirt. This man would be drenched in the basketball game, and then he would shower, go straight from the basketball set straight to a world title fight, man. That's amazing. So yeah, Roy Jones Jr., man, he was just incredible, all-round athlete, all-round person. Yeah.
Easy. My second interview, second athlete, DENIS GOJAK. Thanks for having me down. The plan is here with Daily is to put the spotlight and get into the mindset of people, amateurs, boys getting started, boys going into pros, prospects, contenders, world champions and all-time greats. So I know we're here now, just getting started, on the brink of going into pros soon. I have no doubt that we'll be interviewing in the future when we're fighting for world titles. So DENIS, the Bosnian Lion, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
As always, a pleasure.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for Josh and Rick for having us down. Pleasure here down at Balga Boxing Club, one of the oldest in the country, in honor of the late great Joe Fazio. It's an honor. Thanks for having us down.